The current system is collapsing slowly but surely, guys. Listen very carefully from the real Kiyosaki. Why millions to be wiped out? People can see microeconomics, food and fuel prices rising. Cannot see macroeconomics. Macro, econ, invisible. Protect yourself from macro. Buy gold, silver, Bitcoin. Silver, best investment in October 2022. Everyone can afford $20 silver, but are blind. So I agree with this, guys. But if you go down here to Peter Schiff, I agree with you on gold and silver, but we'll have to agree to disagree on Bitcoin, right? I have to take Peter Schiff's side on this one, guys, because let's think about it for just one moment. Bitcoin is what? Fool's gold. That's number one. Number two, what's the return on investment on Bitcoin, guys, right? What's the ROI of Bitcoin? It's basically, at this point in time, non-existent. You would have probably wanted to buy Bitcoin under $100 or under $10, but at this point, in my humble opinion, it's too late. The thing about Bitcoin is, it's not a hedge, guys. It truly isn't. The people who are in the know when the system truly does collapse are going to be invested into XRP, right? Obviously, these precious metals as well, which we talked about a long time now, right? Now, if you go to this next tweet, it connects from Wall Street Silver. The Fed is now ultimately trapped. They either lower rates to combat a massive blow up, which is coming anyway, or they increase rates to burn it all down. Kick the can down the road, or risk financial Armageddon. Again, guys, it's all in front of our faces. We stated the same thing, right? Global margin call hits European debt markets. Hedges blow up after risk gauges in Germany's government debt market exceeded those of the 2008 world crash, guys. What? Again, it's all before our faces, but just people are just blind to the fact that this system is about to collapse, guys, right? Look at this though. Listen to this. If they keep increasing the rates and whatnot, they're going to break something. But if they kick the can down the road, right? If they lower rates to kick the can down the road, it's still the same path, right? The path to destruction, the path to ruin, guys. It all points towards the same conclusion at the end of the day, right? At the end, guys, these people truly will bring on their new order, right? Remove the current guard for the new guard. It's pretty simple. It truly is. Now, besides that, guys, just go see this readout. New Germany must prepare for increasing attacks on the infrastructure, right? So there's so much happening. Why? Everyone's on the edge of their seat, guys, right? So look at this right here. Here's why I think there's now 1 in 6 chance of an imminent global nuclear war, and why I appreciate Elon Musk and others urging de-escalation. He posted this, but if you go down here from Elon Musk, nuclear war probability is rising rapidly, right? So we're not making these things up, guys. Even these people are stating the same thing, which the Riddlers have foretold about. I don't know if it's literal or metaphorically, guys. Possibly both, right? Maybe a scare event. Why? Because if you go to this next week from C1984, this stage has been set for your October surprise. So listen carefully, guys, because could it be a false flag? Who truly knows?
Russian President Vladimir Putin has come out today and called the attack on the Crimean Bridge a terror attack on critical infrastructure, accusing Ukraine of responsibility. This comes on the heels of the recent attacks on Russia's Nord Stream 2 pipeline, which supplies natural gas to Europe, another key piece of critical infrastructure. So the question is, what's next? What will be Putin's response? I mean, he has to respond, right? That's what everybody's waiting for, and that's what everyone is expecting, for crazy Putin to respond. And time will tell. But this situation also sets the stage for another possibility, a false flag. Everyone is expecting Putin to do something right now, just weeks ahead of the midterm elections here in the United States. So it'd be safe to say that if an event does take place, the narrative and expectation of retaliation from Putin is already in place. It practically has a bow on it at this point. So if I were an evil mastermind, which I'm not, I would attack myself and blame Putin, because that's what everyone's expecting, is for Putin to do something right now. And that would provide even further justification for more escalation, rallying public support for such escalation, throwing a wrench into the midterm elections, and so on. 2 birds, 1 stone, so to speak. Now, I'm only speculating and trying to offer a different perspective other than what the corrupt corporate media tries to feed us, and I'm certainly not taking sides here. In fact, I suspect that Putin is actually maybe one of them. After all, he is a World Economic Forum young global leader. And yes, the WEF publicly distanced itself from Putin due to the war in Ukraine, but every good story needs a villain, right? a boogeyman, someone to blame everything on and keep us all distracted and divided while the agenda continues to move forward. Problem, reaction, solution. Look, all I'm saying is that if and when something does happen, and I'm praying for peace, I am, do not be so quick to buy the official story, something that I think many of us have learned over the last 2.5 years, but instead ask questions and look at who stands to gain. Thanks for watching.
Beautifully stated, guys. I agree with this person. Now, number 1, problem, reaction, solution. What is the problem? What will be the reaction of who? And what will they bring on for the solution as well, guys, right? These are the questions we must ask ourselves, because at the end, I believe, I've said it multiple times, guys, that all of these people are all in the same team, right? All on the same page, following the orders from above, or perhaps below. Now, Peter Sweeto, after the economy collapses, central bank digital currency will be introduced with the excuse to prevent it happening again. You call it, quote, the Great Reset, right? So this is fascinating because, look at this, after the economy collapses, right? So more people are starting to catch on that that's what they're truly targeting, guys. Not just the economy. The economy is one thing, but we're talking about what? The global system. Yes, there's a global system intact right now as we speak, but it's slowly crumbling away, guys, at this point in time. They only need the finale, the big explosive event to take place, guys, to take it all down, right? They'll blame it on that, but they'll never blame it on themselves. Why? They have scapegoats all around them, guys, right? Crazy, crazy, crazy. This is very deep-rooted. It's absolutely crazy. People think I'm crazy for saying these things, guys, but we just have to be open-minded, right? Look what's happening throughout the world. Why? Think about why, guys. Now, blockchain Chica Sweeto, PayPal was just a test to see how people will react when governments use CBDCs against their citizens, right? Exactly what we said at camp, guys. I'm actually mind blown. Why? Because we said it again and again and again and again that 2020, the reason why they gave stimulus checks out, right, was because for the future, right? 2020 stimulus checks out, a test for the future. They'll bring on the UBI. And by the way, a lot of people love the stimulus checks, right? They have been testing our psyche and all of these things, right? Emotions and how we act throughout years, guys, throughout decades, throughout centuries, guys. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Now, another connection to this tweet. PayPal placing itself as an arbiter of misinformation. What's next? Social credit scores? Wait a minute, guys. I can't believe my eyes, because we talked about this the other week as well, about social credit scores, how it's always implemented in China first, right? And then similar systems branch out to other countries, nations, and whatnot throughout the world, basically. At the end of the day, guys, I mean, we might as well take advantage, because it doesn't seem like nobody's stopping it, right? Or is it already too late? You let me know. Madness Sweeto, this was a trial balloon to see if Americans will tolerate a Chinese-style social credit system. Dystopian, authoritarian, un-American. Wow, I won't be using PayPal for anything ever again. So the good thing about, okay, so let me say this, guys. My mind is racing so fast right now because there's so much to talk about, but we have to take it step by step, right? So, number 1, whenever there is a negative situation that arises, right, out of nowhere, out of the blue, a positive one is hidden behind it as well. Look at this. So this was a negative situation, right, with a 2.5k fine with PayPal, but now they were sorry for the confusion and whatnot. But then look at the positive side of this whole situation. People are literally waking up, right? This is why always have a positive outlook, right? It's better to be optimistic than pessimistic. If you're pessimistic, I mean, for the future, you're just going to be depressed 24/7, right? I don't even believe the future. I don't even believe the future will be a negative place or a bad place, guys. I believe it's going to be a utopia, right? A better place for everyone, in my humble opinion. Now, decentralized money, they will never, guys. Leaving control in the hands of the Federal Reserve, federal governments, and larger financial institutions is one of the greatest long-term threats to human liberty. So, we talked about it again and again and again, that Bitcoin was a test, or not really a test, it was a bait, basically a bait, guys, right? When you go fishing, you throw out the bait, the fishes come through. The same thing happened with us, guys, right? people started investing into Bitcoin, and now look where that put us in. What type of situation that put us in, right? In my opinion, XRP Ripple Network has a huge potential in being adopted by banks around the globe as digital bridge for CBDC currencies or central bank digital currencies. No other cryptocurrency has more solid partnerships than XRP with 200 plus banks around the globe, among them the Bank of America. But wait a minute, guys, that XRP Ledger is a decentralized blockchain and XRP is its native coin, right? So what did we talk about before, guys? It's all about what? It's all about the partnerships, right? It's all about these banks. It literally is, guys. It literally is. It's all about the banks. Stefan tweet out. Last tweet, a final tweet for today. Last but not least, found this decade-old letter from Ripple asking for regulatory clarity. Regulatory clarity now. December 3rd, 2014. Hold on a minute, guys, right? Especially for cross-border transactions. Wait. Whoa, being a transformative technology, right? So it's all pointing towards this new era, guys. Basically, what this just told us, right? In the short term, the government can support constructive innovation in this area by clarifying how existing rules and frameworks apply to virtual currency businesses. Wow. We believe an effective regulatory framework can provide a foundation for fostering innovation. The goal is to provide clarity without stifling the promise of these technologies. Instead, smart regulations can level the playing field. Wow. Again, guys, it's all about leveling the playing field, right? It's all about becoming what? A one world government, basically. Wow, I cannot believe my eyes, guys, that it's all before our faces, right? They tell us before it takes place. I mean, at the end, clarity is about to be given, in my humble opinion, right? The conclusion of the case is about to take place, not financial advice. My name is Seth. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys, please like, subscribe, see ya.